Hello and welcome to another great day here on the Jet Set. Coming up, we've got lots planned for you. I've got the travel headlines that have us talking.
And I've got your weekly dose of travel inspiration coming up on the go.
Plus, we've got help with the tech gifts for anyone on the nice list. All of this and more is about to take off right here on the Jet Set.
Welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to travel, food, fitness, and everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to Jet Set.
It's time to roast the chestnuts of travel news on an open fire on Here's This, powered by thejetset.com. JetBlue will soon start flying between the United States and Paris, marking the first flight for the airline to continental Europe. Starting in the summer of 2023, JetBlue will launch nonstop flights from New York's John F. Kennedy International Airport to Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport. Following that, the carrier will then add flights from Boston Logan International to the City of Lights. JetBlue said that the seats on these new flights will go on sale in the coming months.
I think this is fantastic news.
I think it is too.
Although, different planes.
It's the Airbus 321.
Okay.
Oh, Nikki.
Tell me all about it.
You know the normal JetBlue plane that you fly from here to California for Christmas?
Yes.
It's a little bit longer.
Okay.
It's not wider, it's just longer.
I think this is great, but was it weird? Didn't you tell me that you were like in the international terminal and then you saw a JetBlue plane?
It was weird because I made a connection in London, and it's like you see all these huge, United, American, and everything, and then there's JetBlue, like really small in the middle of all of them, and
Yeah.
like now that the 321 can make it to London, then that's how they're doing it, and that's what they're going to send to Paris. But it was just like weird because like you go to New York, you see JetBlue everywhere. You didn't expect to see them in London.
No, not at all. But I think that this is great news for the travel industry, that there's more ways to get to that beautiful city. Don't you think so?
I think so. I mean, and that's kind of what JetBlue is saying as well. They're saying that they're offering you an alternative to the big legacy airlines. So you don't have the Uniteds and Americans. I mean, you have the Uniteds and Americans, but now you'll also have JetBlue with their unique Mint experience that I'm still shocked you haven't been in.
Maybe we should go try it.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it.
To Paris,
Yes.
specifically. Oh, that would make Juan very happy. Okay, now, this is a little bit of a strange story. A gun was found inside of a raw chicken, okay, at an airport security checkpoint, and the TSA is calling a personal foul. Okay, that's just wrong. Okay, the plot, chickens. So, what this whole story, first of all, just blows my mind.
Yeah.
TSA did find a gun inside of a raw chicken going through the TSA checkpoint with carry-on bags. But my question is, before we even get into any of this, who's bringing a raw chicken on an airplane?
Someone who wants to bring their gun on the airplane.
But
where did all of a
But
sudden...
the raw chicken is a little bit like suspicious in its own right, so
Where
why
did
would you
this
not
happen?
look in?
Does anyone know where this actually happened?
I'm not sure where it happened. I mean, where was that? It was in Florida.
Oh, of course.
Well,
you guys,
there
what
we
are
have
you
that.
doing down in Florida? Did you think no one was gonna see that or smell it or there are so many wrongs that thought like this is a good idea.
Yeah. And and the TSA also said, by the way, that a record number of guns have arrived at checkpoints in Florida in 2022 alone.
Come on,
Passengers have
guys.
brought more than 700 guns to checkpoints at airports in the state so far this year, and a year-to-date number that surpasses any other year.
You guys.
But again, why a raw chicken?
Because it's Florida. Because they're like, hurry, what's around here? Honey, grab the chicken. Let's do this.
I mean, first of all, we get the point of like, okay, don't bring a gun to the airport. You can't bring a gun on the plane. You can check them if it's packed properly.
Yes.
But you're trying to hide it in a raw chicken.
But that's the thing I don't think a lot of people understand is if you go through the correct protocols, you can actually check your firearm onto the plane if it's done the correct way. You can't try and sneak past TSA with a gun. So guys, like if you're going on a hunting trip or you're doing whatever, if you follow the rules, then you can totally bring your gun, but don't put it in a chicken through TSA because then everyone's gonna see you and laugh.
Tech gifts are always in high demand at the holidays, but with so many options out there, finding the right gifts can be daunting. Thankfully, tech life expert Jennifer Jolly has been searching high and low and testing all of the latest tech to take out the guesswork for you and make this easy. Hi, Jennifer, welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me. That's right, bringing a handful of gadgets, 5 6, 7 at a time, starting with a popular pick for parents and kids alike. This is the Kindle Paperwhite Kids. This is that super lightweight, small but mighty gadget that holds thousands of books, kind of a doorway to stories and adventures that educate, engage, and entertain, really encouraging kids to spend more quality time reading, distraction-free, no apps, videos, or games. One really interesting stat here, kids with Kindles read on average more than an hour a day. So you can always feel good handing over this bit of tech. All right, this next one, another crowd favorite, the Kodak Print-O-Matic Instant Print Camera. This is fast, fun, and easy to use, even for young ones. Anyone in the family really can point, shoot, and print high-quality, full color photos. So it really fixes that problem of taking a bajillion photos and having them all stuck on your camera. You don't need any ink or toners. This comes printed on its own 2x3 image with a sticky backing. Okay, for people who love experiences, my pick this year, Rosetta Stone. Out of all the language learning apps, this one is just more practical and immersive. It actually teaches you the language and how to use it in real life situations, delivering bite-sized real life scenarios and a really cool bit of tech. Their true accent pronunciation engine instantly compares your voice to native speakers, so you get real-time feedback. I love that too. Kids always want the same tech their parents have. So for smart wearables, check out Garmin's new Bounce Watch, featuring phone-free text, voice messages, and real-time location tracking via the Garmin Junior app. Tap the app to see where your kids are and get notified when they leave predefined areas like school, sports practice, or home. Last but not least, one of my favorite gadgets of the whole entire year, the Presence Inspiration Display. It is the only screen I have in my life that makes me feel better every single time I look at it, delivering inspirational quotes and words of wisdom, curated specially for you. This one is half off right now. Pick up 5. That's what I just did. Okay, for more information on everything here, go to my website at techish.com. Back to you.
Thanks for joining us, Jennifer.
Thank you.
We've got to take a quick break, but we've got lots more of the Jet Set coming up in just 60 seconds.
A raw chicken.
Whose chicken is this?
It's time for a second helping of travel news on Here's More, powered by thejetset.com. After delays following last year's announcement, music superstar Adele began her long-awaited Las Vegas residency at the Coliseum at Caesars Palace. And there was no love lost between the singer and her fans. Opening night had rave reviews by all accounts and was akin to having a big championship fight in town as well.
I'm sure.
So it was packed. It was going to be packed anyway. So
Yeah.
many people were not happy at first when all that got canceled. Now, according to online ticket site Game Time, fans who wanted to see Adele on opening night and see her from the front row center actually paid close to $26,500 a seat.
Wow.
Oh, plus taxes.
Wow. That's
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah, I know. That's 5 figures for one show.
That is a lot. I mean, she's amazing, but that is crazy.
I'll say on our last show, we talked about how you wanted to
Get the VIP
get
pass.
the VIP pass at Disney.
Worth every penny, I've concluded.
And then I said, you should actually go on a cruise because a cruise is cheaper than buying the VIP passes for Disney World.
I'll do that too.
But what's more expensive than Disney World is going to see Adele in Las Vegas.
That's so expensive.
That's
Well,
insane.
I mean, you know, it's Vegas. Anything could happen.
I know.
Maybe someone won big that day.
Okay, the cheapest seat, guess how much it was?
$200.
Oh no, $770 a ticket.
What?
That was the cheapest ticket.
The cheapest seat was $770.
Yeah.
So
So-
these must be like die-hard.
Well, and they're
Adele
hoping
fans.
that the prices will decrease as the novelty begins to wear off, that, you know, she's finally started her show in Vegas, but
That is crazy expensive.
yeah.
What is happening? I mean, you gotta be
Maybe
gambling
we
all
can
day to make
hide
that money.
some tickets in a raw chicken. Maybe that'll decrease the price. They'll smell.
Oh, that's crazy. But you know what? It's Adele. I bet she puts on an amazing show. And I feel like a lot of people have been waiting for this residency to happen for a long time. So maybe they've been saving their Nikki cash to go buy tickets.
Your Nikki
Man.
Cash is useless in Las Vegas. I'm just letting you know that right now.
I would like to go see that show, but I might have to wait. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and our pets are as much of a part as the holiday festivities as any other family member. So how do we get our smallest furry friends holiday ready? Celebrity dog groomer Jess Arona and Hills veterinarian Dr. Kristen Wheelner are here with tips to help.
When we look into the holiday season, I think what's important is, that photo is just a moment in time that we love to capture, but we need to make sure that we're doing all the right things year round. And so making sure that we are feeding, size specific, particularly for those small dogs, size specific nutrition that is going to really nourish that skin and coat year round is what's going to really make them holiday ready in a flash. Small pets are so fun, but they are unique. Compared to their larger counterparts, they tend to live longer, they have faster metabolisms, and they get a rep for being picky eaters, but they really just have different taste preferences and they like a different kibble shape and texture. So making sure that you're feeding a food that's geared specifically towards small dogs is going to be really important for these guys, because it's going to help, support that longer life, that active lifestyle, and that, healthy skin and coat that we want to see when we head to that groomer. But during the holidays in particular, I always tell my clients, keep it simple, keep them on their normal food and find different ways to shower them with love. So whether that's spending a little extra time on walks or giving them some new toys, there are ways to make your dog feel extra special that don't necessarily involve food. There are some definite watch outs during the holiday season when it comes to pet safety. So the first would be, we all think holidays, immediately think food. So we need to make sure that those table scraps are staying away from our pets, particularly things like turkey skin, bones, grapes, chocolate, olive, onions, garlic. Those are going to be super important to avoid. Also making sure that, when you work in your home, and I love to decorate my home. So making sure, things like garland and ornaments and, plants and poinsettias and floral arrangements, those are all out of Jaw's reach from our pets. But if you are looking for more tips or just a refresher on what we talked about today, head over to hillspet.com/small dog.
Thanks for joining us. If you're feeling a bit stressed finding the perfect gifts, no worries. We have lifestyle and shopping expert Chassie Post to help spread some holiday cheer with her favorite gifts this season. Hi, Chassie.
Hi, and thank you so much for having me on the Jet Set. I've partnered with some of my favorite brands that will definitely get you cheerful this season.
Okay, great. What are 2 thoughtful gifts this season?
Sure. Now, let's start with something for the hardest workers we know, teachers. Papermate, part of the Newell brand's global portfolio of brands and the makers of teachers' favorite pens, is encouraging Americans to add teachers, current and past, to their holiday list this year. Now, one easy way to do that is with a handwritten note and a combination of Papermate Flair felt tip pens with a journal or planner to inspire an exciting new year. Or join the Papermate Thanks to Teachers initiative and donate to help fulfill a classroom wish list. And I love this as a unique and thoughtful gift box for anyone on your list. It's the Build-A-Bear's Very Merry Christmas Heart Box, and it's full of surprises like a Christmas cheer bear, mug wristy, teddy bear ornament, tumbler, hot chocolate, and comes beautifully packaged. Plus, I'm really loving this idea. You can personalize the custom plush bear by adding a pre-recorded message with the Record Your Voice feature. It's available exclusively at buildabear.com.
And we can't forget about having fun. What do you like?
Oh yeah, I have the perfect gift for Sonic fans and gamers, Sonic Frontiers. It features all new open zone platforming where Sonic sets off on a new journey in a mysterious land in search of the Chaos Emeralds. He'll battle hordes of powerful enemies and explore a breathtaking world of action, adventure, and mystery. It's available now for $59.99 on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC.
Where can we go for more information?
For more information on everything, just visit inthenews.tv. Have a great holiday, everyone.
Thank you, Chassie.
Thank you.
We've got to take another short break, but don't go anywhere. We've still got lots more of the Jet Set to come. Hello and welcome back to the Jet Set, where this week we're exploring Whidbey and Camano Islands.
Now, with so many large corporate agribusinesses today, the small family farm can feel like a thing of the past. Not so on Whidbey and Kumano Islands. They still embrace and celebrate the traditional small-scale farms. Both islands can boast fourth-generation farmers still working land claims that have been in their family since the 1800s. This kind of agricultural heritage has attracted a new wave of chefs to the island as well, taking advantage of the amazing local crops. Whether it's handcrafted wood sculptures or small batch wines, the communities of Whidbey Island have a strong artisanal culture, and when it comes to food, this is no exception. While exploring Langley, I stopped in to meet with Ron and Steven to discover how they decided to return home to open Savory, a restaurant that is relaxing, intimate, and inviting with flavorful food inspired by family, friends, and travel. Ron, Stefan, thank you so much for having me here at Savory Restaurant here in Langley on Whidbey Island. Okay, this place is amazing. It really feels like I walked into your beautiful living room and you're having me over for dinner. Tell me a little bit about how this place started, how it came to be.
Well, we were living in Chicago. We're initially from this area. My career took us out there some 25 years ago. And I was laid off during the height of COVID last year. And we started talking, we'd been talking about coming home and what we wanted to do. We wanted to do something in hospitality, a bed and breakfast or a restaurant, something where we could interact more personally with people. And this opportunity came up. We knew Langley, we knew Whidbey, and we love it. And we thought, what a fantastic opportunity. And so we came out here and looked at it, and I thought, we can do something with this.
Yeah, this can work.
Exactly.
Oh, Stefan, tell me a little bit about your favorite things on the menu.
Well, it's sort of hard to say, which is your favorite child,
Yeah.
because all of the items on the menu are inspired by either family or friends or our travels, which we've been very fortunate to have traveled a lot. I've been in the restaurant industry for a very long time now, and some of them are inspired by people I've worked with and chefs that I've worked with. So we have a wonderful squid ink linguine that is kind of a signature dish. We also have our miso braised pork with arbo chilies and fresh ginger. And a special one for me is our tagliatelle, which is a recipe based on my family recipe from my mother, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, going back generations. So while I put my own spin on it, its foundation is in family.
And when it comes to the food, all I can say is yum.
And no trip to Whidbey Island is complete without getting onto the water. We headed out to the wharf in Coupeville to set sail on the Suva. Built in 1925, this Gatsby-era schooner is now the proud flagship of the Coupeville Maritime Heritage Foundation.
Well, the crew are all volunteers, and all the maintenance work is volunteer also primarily. Sometimes there's a heavy job which we're not qualified to do and we'll take it to a shipyard, but most of the maintenance and upkeep is all volunteers. The crewing are all volunteers, and we just come out to sail and share the maritime experience with as many people who are interested. We're hoping that she can make her keep by doing that, and that way we can keep her going another 100 years.
Also on board was Lynn Hyde, Director of Historic Whidbey, who shared with us some of the history of Penn Cove. So Lynn, what's the chances we would see any orcas out here?
Well, I guess there were a couple orcas out here a few days ago, so you missed your shot.
Okay.
But we don't
All right.
see a lot. Back in 1970, one of the marine SeaWorld kind of places came doing a roundup of orcas here in Penn Cove and created quite a trauma for both the usual orca visitors and for the people who lived here. Orcas live a really long time and they never forgot Penn Cove. So from that time on, it was a good 40 years before an orca was sighted in Penn Cove again.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's incredible that they remember
Yeah.
That is just amazing. I mean, we know how smart they are, but that is really amazing how they're like, oh, we are not going there.
We're not going back. Yeah. So when they first started seeing them, probably about 8 years ago, and it's rare, you know, you might get 1 or 2 sightings in the summertime. You know, all the people who remembered the original roundup were like, oh, they felt a little bit like they could breathe a little easier that orcas were returning to their home.
We've got to take one final break, but we'll be right back with more of the Jet Set. Don't go anywhere. I have to find a job so I can go to the Adele concert. Okay, everyone, it's time again for your daily dose of travel inspiration here on The Go, where this week, Bobby, we're sending you to experience the empires of the Mediterranean.
You must really be excited about this one because you didn't call me Robert.
I'm really excited to talk about this Viking ocean cruise. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, listen up. Visit ancient ruins and iconic cities for 10 days. 9 magnificent destinations, 1 epic journey. Sail the Adriatic and the Aegean. Doesn't that sound so nice right now?
It sounds beautiful.
I would love that. Taking in all of the riches of this fabled region on an exploration bookended by iconic Venice and Athens, Bobby. Discover the ancient ruins of Olympia and the Acropolis. Explore the medieval warrens of Zadar and Dubrovnik and admire the famed whitewashed villages of Santorini. Have you ever been to Santorini, my friend?
I have.
Well, let's go again. This journey is available now with discount airfare from the U.S. and a $100 Visa gift card just for booking by visiting oceanandriversailings.com.
So April and I
Yeah.
went on a Viking cruise
What?
after. No, I'm like, when did you not know? Just after the pandemic, like we started coming out of the pandemic, and we did most of Croatia.
Was it amazing?
It was amazing and definitely a place I would go back to.
Well, then they got to go visit our websites and book
Yes,
their
we did.
tickets.
Oceanandriversailings.com. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.